We are live across the nation. I'm your host, Matt Taylor, broadcasting live from Brighton. It's exactly 15 minutes past 1 on the 11th of the 1st, 2023. And here I am in company of my wonderful niece, Abby. Say hello to everyone, Abby.
Hello.
Good, good. We can hear you loud and clear. So, Abs, basically, we're just carrying on. Well, I'm just carrying on from a crazy night the night before when I called out this particular Brighton-based Satanist, James Hind. This guy has had it in for me totally, right? And basically, he's named his next 3 victims for 2023. He's named this guy called Richard Cardaff. Richard Cardaff, I don't know, he's like an adult, 50 plus, a citizen journalist who lives in Walsall somewhere. Angela Power Disney, who's a 60 plus mature woman who lives in Ireland. And then this guy called Owen Lucas, who also lives in Ireland. And this Satanist weirdo from Brighton, who's been on my case for years now, says they're a major threat to this child A in the Wilfred Wong case. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous. Yeah, so I bet just telling you off the hoof, you don't know what the hell I'm going on about, no doubt.
No, it's funny, you texted me the other day and I was like, in Matt's head, he knows what he's going on about. And I just got like the back end of a text.
Of course, I know. I mean,
last night was funny. It's me back against the wall.
Yeah.
Do or die.
Yeah, because last night my back was against the wall, and it is now. And people just think I'm going to cower in the corner. You know, it's like they don't really know who I am. Yeah. No, but this is what it's all about. I mean, this guy called James Hind, he says he's got a team, right? And 2 of these teams have already made complaints against me to the police. And so I've lost YouTube channels because of this. And again, you know, I've had... So it's really like, it's personal for me. And this guy, okay, or he hides behind a fake name, and he'll rather pay someone £300 to start civil proceedings against me. I mean... It's just totally do-dally, and now, I mean, he done a tweet yesterday saying, me and my team will focus on 3 individuals who pose a risk, a major threat to child A, and child A is in foster care anyway. So I'm thinking, what on earth is child A got in danger of 3 adults who live, 2 of which in Ireland? Oh, this must be boring the hell out of you, Abs. But it is actually a big deal because all this is in the back of... Say again?
Who's listening?
Oh, at the moment, we got a lovely bit of toast. And we got 6 people listening in. And lovely bit of toast in the chat room has taken a great delight in saying, I'm first. Because there is a bit of kudos for being the bravest to jump in from behind the barriers to say hi. And straight in, Abby, we've got a regular viewer called Marie Marlin. And she says, hi, Matt. Hi, Abby. And she sends a little emoji of a flower and some stars. Isn't that nice? So would you like to say hello to Marie?
Hello, Marie.
There you go. Isn't that nice? Marie, this is my niece, Abby. Abby, this is a regular viewer of MattTaylorTV, Marie. Now, Marie is a focus of attention today because, man, do you know what doxing means?
What?
Doxing, D-O-X-I-N-G.
No.
It's just essentially where your real name or address gets mentioned online. So everyone knows your address. Everyone would know your real name, you know. A lot of people are very rightly come on to YouTube under pseudonyms, under fake names, and, you know, nicknames and pen pal names, if you know what I mean, just to hide their identity. Because why would you think people would do that, Abby, just out of interest?
They don't want people knowing who they really are.
Yeah, and that's fair, isn't it? I totally get it. If you're just going to be behind the barriers, as I say it, and observing, and, you know, dab into the chat room and say hi, I think that's perfectly acceptable. And so it's deemed quite a bad thing to dox someone, because everyone has got their right to anonymity, haven't they, to remain. And so we got this Tony guy, horrible person. Do you know what he said? He said, my children deserve another father because I'm such a bad father. He said really horrible things, right? Really personal things, really hurtful, that really have upset me. And he says this about other people too. And on top of all this, he was the girlfriend of the lady who came to my house that night. I don't know whether I've told you all about that.
Yeah.
And so he's the new boyfriend of that person.
Boyfriend.
Say again?
He's the boyfriend.
Well, the new one now. He was the third man. He's like the third choice behind. Anyway, I don't want to say too much live on air. Because everyone's feelings. I mean, and the biggest defender is this Tony. You know, don't abuse my girlfriend. She's class. She's special. You know, all this kind of bullshit. And then the next day he's coming out threatening to dox, which is tell everyone Marie's real name, right? So I regain credibility. He's like, come on, Matt, regain some credibility and tell everyone Marie's real name. And the thing is, it all comes together when we realize that that's one of Marie's biggest fears. You know, she blows off that's her trigger. She doesn't want anyone to know her real name because she's protective of her real identity, and that's quite all right. And so this horrible Tony is abusing women, and so it's basically my news is this horrible Tony abused and threatened to dox Marie, and then this James Hind, who's just his team is out to target people for ridiculousness. I mean, child A is in childcare, right? Childcare is in foster care somewhere in Wales, and this James Hind lives in Brighton. And then, so he's dedicating his blogs. He's got this weird blog called SatanicViews.wordpress.com, and he calls everyone Satan hunters. Anyone who doesn't believe his perverted view of the world is called a Satan hunter. And Satan hunters are meant to abuse children. And he's like, I've reappraised my approach to fighting Satan hunters. And I've decided I'm just going to concentrate on 3 people, 2 people who live in Ireland and another one somewhere else, as major threats to child A in the Wilfred Wong case. And you make you think, why? What does it matter? What connection has James Hind got with this child A? He must be about 11 or 12 years old. Say again?
Can everyone hear what you're saying?
Yeah, and everyone can hear what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cool. But I've got loads of new gear from a sponsor of the show called Brian PC. He actually helps hundreds of people a year by providing much needed computer equipment to allow everyone to have a voice like this. So yeah, I just want I've got this lovely new microphone which is directly touching the microphone of the mobile, so we can hear you loud and clear. Thanks ever so much for coming in and talking to me, Ab. So in the chat room, a lovely bit of toast. That's someone that's his username or her username. They say that Tony is a very strange man, a complete nutter, and I totally agree. What a weirdo. He thinks he's Mr. Perfect. Oh, do you know when I said he was the third man behind Freddie and then Justin? I hate to talk about this, women, but Marie and bloody Emily have got their own history. But apparently this Tony is the fourth man. Either way, he's the last man. My personal opinion is that he doesn't even make the grade to be called a man. He's just a little boy. Oh, listen, Abs, there's a message coming and you've got to mention. So I'll read it out to you, okay? I'm also able to press a little button and it's been showing up on the screen. So it says, just the fact of watching Matt Taylor TV brands you a child abuser and a vulnerable woman abuser. You can't make it up, Abby. Oh, this is interesting. So Marie's adding into the conversation, you know, to help you understand what your uncle has got himself into. And so she says, just the fact, this is what other people say, anyone who watches me, right? Just the fact of watching Matt Taylor TV brands you a child abuser and vulnerable woman abuser. You can't make it up, Abby. So what's your response to that? Are you still left with your scratching your head?
Yeah.
I bet.
Fucking hell.
I know, it is a fucking hell situation. It really is. Oh God. Yeah, so this
How
is
long were you on it last night for?
an hour.
Oh.
An hour, yeah. I try and keep, and if we accidentally go over an hour, you know, and there's enough time, I usually do 2 hours. I mean, that time where I checked on NASA and the countdown was 9 hours away, I thought, fuck it, I'll go live 9 hours. But I tell you, I've had so many good lives just being erased, cancelled. But also, it's an opportunity to give people in the audience time to chat amongst themselves. But for
Right,
me,
Matt, I've got to go.
okay, God bless. Thanks ever so much.
Right.
Bye-bye. Love you too. Bye. Oh, isn't that lovely, everyone, that we had Abby join us. So that was great to have Abby. Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what I want to discuss, really, is the absolute absurdity. Surely, is it just me? Or have we got a complete and utter nutter who's got a team going around seriously affecting people's well-being, but yet at the same time claiming to be a champion of the well-being of child A, who isn't even in his care? I do not get it. Who's going to explain this to me? Is Danny Jones going to explain this to me? Is AJ going to explain it to me? Not that I even want to speak with that abuser. So they're not going to explain it to me because I will never allow myself to be on the same, over the same panel as those absolute scumbags, as far as I'm concerned. You know, all the part of James Hind's team. What on earth do you think you're doing? You're following a man who claims 2 people in Ireland are a major threat to a young boy in foster care somewhere in South Wales. Are we really expected to take this shit on? And why I'm getting so passionate and pinpointing this is because members of his team have affected my life, my human rights, my rights of speech and expression have been abused because of this, have been taken away, snatched away by thugs in black. My fair use rights have been snatched away. And am I supposed to go in the corner and suffer in silence? Really? Well, thankfully, glad to the generosity of viewers such as Brian PC, I'm able to get my story across and my voice heard. So over to the chat room. It's like a wave of craziness is sweeping over YouTube's at the moment. Feel like hiding in my toaster. Oh, you've reminded me, everyone, why I was late. Hello, everyone. You're watching Matt Taylor. 15-minute late, 1 o'clock show. So, double figures. Nice. I like to see double figures. Big fat figures. I love it. What I was trying to say is my fridge has died. But hey, with the death of a fridge, I am getting a new cupboard for my bedroom. Yes, it's brilliant. So I'm going to convert my fridge to my cupboard in my bedroom. It's going to be brilliant. I'm going to take away the canister at the back, the tank. That's going to be interesting in itself because I love a bit of tinkering, engineering. I've always wanted to dismantle a fridge. So I'm going to take great delight in this. I may even go live and do it with you. We'll do it together. We'll convert my fridge into my bedroom cupboard. And as long as the light stays on, I'm happy. You know, I can open it up. I'll have my socks, my underpants. I'll have a nice place for my socks, ties. It's all very interesting. Right, I think we're going to play methinks we're going to play a promotional video. And then if you're lucky, oh look, that Harry's went ahead and done it. What a little toe rag. It is disgusting, Marie. No one should be going through that, and he knows full well what a trigger it is to be threatened to dox. I don't blame you not. Oh, what a horrible individual Tony Harris is turning out to be. Marie says, I can't watch. It will only be full of hate and spitefulness, with his cruel supporters egging him on to its lovely bit of toast. I agree, Marie. It's absolute madness. And it's criminal. What on earth? We've had that Tony Harris preaching to all of us. How we've abused his girlfriend. Here we have Charlie's girl blowing her mind. She cannot believe it. Being preached to all week about the abuse his girlfriend gets. Then he comes out and threatens to dox Marie when he knows very well that's a trigger for Marie. Do not dox Marie. But yet he even says so for me to regain credibility, which makes it so layered. I'm going to have to put up the screen. I do apologise, Marie. I apologise for putting up your image. But what on earth Who is Marie Marlin? Tell us, Matt. Hashtag tell us, Matt. Hashtag regain. Sorry, I'll try that again. Regain credibility. As if I've lost any credibility. What on earth is this nutter going on about? Absolutely phenomenally weird. Oi, oi, says Lenny. Oi, oi, Lenny. Oi, oi. Oi, oi. This is the haven against the haters. Those hypocritical animal abusers, plus women abusers, plus men abusers, plus old age pension abusers, and plus children abusers. This is what we've got. Now, when is someone going to answer my question as to what the connection between James Hind and Child A is? And how is James Hind responsible for the well-being of Child A? And how does Richard, Angie, or Owen pose a major threat to the well-being of Child A? We already know 2 members of Hind's team have made malicious, vexatious complaints against me, which have resulted in my freedom of speech, my freedom of expression, and my rights of fair use being taken away from me. I've already lost a YouTube channel because of this. So the point I want to make is that James Hind's team is affecting me personally. It has sent me even beyond. I was already on the end of the spectrum. Now I've been pushed over. I've been pushed over the cliff, I tell you. I've been pushed over the cliff, Richard, if you know what I mean. You know, how do you lot feel if you've been pushed over the cliff, Richard? It ain't fucking nice. It ain't fucking nice being your house invaded with thugs in black, taking all your equipment, putting you in the back of the van and throwing you in a cell for the whole day and night and morning and night. Lenny, this better be good. Matt, your own channel has been North Korean at times. What a fucking ridiculous thing to say. Lenny, Lovely bit of toast. This better be better than Lenny's. That Harry always sounds like he's trying to eat his microphone. It's disturbing. Good on you, lovely bit of toast. That was much better than Lenny's, and you get a 10 out of 10 for that comment. So much so, I'm going to repeat it again. And I'll say it a few times because lovely bit of toast brings up a really interesting bit and thingy bob about that disturbing woman abuser, Tony Harris. That Harry always sounds like he's trying to eat his microphone. It's disturbing. Slurping, gulping, eating his dry roasted peanuts live on air. Oh, look. Lenny's had a brave pill, hasn't he? Freedom of speech. Do me a favour. I'll do more than you little prick, Lenny. Right. Microphone. Disturbing. Tony Harris. It's just common manners that when you're live on air, you do not slurp and eat. Lenny's doing another one. Matt, did you hear Carrie Glitter is getting out? No, I haven't. Here's another one. I like Cliff Richard. We don't talk anymore. Wasn't that about Sue Barker? We don't talk. Don't give me that. Everything that's been out in the public is bullshit. You know it as much as me. So that was great to start off the show with talking to Abby, my dear niece. When are we going to get people calling in and answering that question? What is the connection between James Hind? It's personal for me, ladies and gentlemen, because in his tweet, he says, I and my team. Says I and my team. And 2 members of the team have already affected my life. He might be relocating. Lenny, you're a fucking little toe rag with your weird sense of humour. But we'll take it all with a pinch of salt and a sniff of paprika. Very welcome, Lenny, and alongside Lenny is Marie. So Lenny and Marie, thank you ever so much for being brave enough to jump in and saying hi. And of course, when we mention Lenny and Marie, we cannot go without not mentioning a lovely bit of toast. I do enjoy lovely bit of toast's comments thus far. We apologise for the technical issues there, ladies and gentlemen. We apologise for the technical issues. Due to technical issues, we're going to close up this 15-minute late 1 o'clock news. Remember, everyone, King Arthur loves you. As